Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my Cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of In the Loop. And in today's episode of In the Loop, we're going to be talking about a rapper. I don't know if I should call him a rapper. Musician, producer. How about that? We'll call him a producer. Producer, television personality, record executive, fashion icon, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Founder of Bad Boy. And according to his chef, he's been a very, very bad boy. Alright, so let's dive right into this, you guys. Diddy's former chef says she was framed for theft and fired after complaining about sexual harassment and not being paid overtime, according to a complaint filed Monday in LA County Superior Court. Now, right off the bat, it seems like she's been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, or maybe she's like a distant cousin of Johnny, but this definitely has sort of sprinklings of the whole Candy, Johnny, Phaedra situation off top to me. Can you guys hear that lightning? Excuse me. Alright, so her name is Cindy Rueda. Okay, so Cindy is suing Sean Combs for sexual harassment, retaliation, defamation, failure to pay overtime, and the intentional infliction of emotional distress, amongst other claims. The chef says she started working for Combs in 2015 and regularly worked from 9 a.m. until midnight or later without being paid overtime. You hear the Johnny influence there? All right. And was regularly asked to serve food for her boss and his friends immediately following sexual activity. And that's where it got a little murky for me, because I'm thinking to myself, does she mean that? Is she implying that she was having sex and then they wanted her to cook, you know, sort of a la Baby Boy, okay, Jody, I'm gonna make the tacos? Or is she saying that they had sex elsewhere and then came back and asked her to cook, which I don't see as a problem. I mean, if you're a chef, that's kind of your job, so I don't see that as a problem. Anyhow, Rueda claimed she served Combs a post-coital meal while he was naked and he asked her if she liked his body. One of his friends, she says, came into the kitchen naked and asked her to admire his genitals, which seems a little odd. First of all, I don't need any pubes around my food, okay? Secondly, as a black woman whose family is from the South, kitchens are great for hot grits and knives and cheese graters and boiling waters. There are ways that you can get a man to put away his genitals, especially in the kitchen, if you don't want to see them. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not a proponent of violence, but I'm just saying, if I happened to be in the kitchen and someone was showing me something that I didn't want to see, I would definitely have my ways of getting them to put it away. All right, let's continue, guys. She says she routinely complained about her working conditions to Combs' estate director, Stacey Friend, and was lured into a situation where she was accused of theft and ultimately terminated. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. Iris Combs, who I'm assuming is directly related to Sean Combs, executive housekeeper, regularly salvaged discarded items in the house, according to the complaint, and offered Rueda a watch she says was found in the trash, and Rueda took it. Okay, so basically Rueda is alleging that she fell for the okie doke, that they gave her a watch, and after they gave her the watch, it was basically sort of a bait watch. They wanted to give it to her and then use it as a means of terminating her employment. So she took the watch, and then they said she stole it, and that's why she's upset, and that's, you know, a major part of this complaint. All right, let's see. It says, in the days following, the plaintiff was accused of theft and told that she would not be prosecuted if she returned the watch, and signed a waiver of all rights and claims against the defendants. All right, it says, well, her attorney is alleging that she did return the watch. However, she refused to sign the waiver. She's seeking damages for unpaid wages and overtime, plus punitive damages, and an injunction to prevent future employees from being inaccurately classified as exempt. A rep for Combs sent the Hollywood Reporter a statement in response to the complaint, calling it frivolous. A frivolous lawsuit filed by a disgruntled employee. So, I don't know, you guys. To me, I can see both sides of this complaint. You know, sometimes, well, I've never worked for a celebrity, so I'm not sure what that environment is like. But I think that when you take on the task of working in sort of a Hollywood environment, then you're probably going to see sort of Hollywood things happening around you, which means promiscuity, which means drugs, which means, you know, sort of an opulent lifestyle overall. And so for me, that doesn't seem outside of the norm for them to come back and have sex and, you know, be hungry. Who doesn't work up an appetite after sex? If you don't have an appetite after sex, you're doing something wrong, as far as I'm concerned. But I can also see her side in things too, because even though you expect to be in that environment, you know, no one wants to be in the kitchen trying to do your job and have a one-eyed monster staring you in the face. So anyhow, we'll see how this all unfolds, you guys. In the meantime, in between time, I would love to hear your comments, hear your opinions, so make sure you comment below. Also, remember to follow me across all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'm Cerebral Diva on all platforms. Once again, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. What else is there? Oh, as always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. That's it for this episode of In the Loop, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.